welcome to the start of another haul video. I didn't think I was going to have one so soon. In fact, at the time that I'm saying this right now, I haven't even released my last one, but it's coming out I think tomorrow. It's a Saturday and I just have a few things to start us off with. Yesterday I stopped at an estate sale on my way to work and I picked up two things, one for me and one maybe for me. The first one, oh, by the way, hello, I'm a part-time reseller and a full-time obsessive train case collector. So yeah, at this estate sale, the first thing I noticed when I walked in, they had stuff in the garage and then you went inside, was a blue train case and it had speakers in it. So I said, is the train case for sale without the speakers, or is that like the speaker holder and that's it? Now there was some confusion because apparently they had actual train sets and didn't necessarily know that this is called a train case. So I have pictures of every single one of my train cases, which right now I'm at 29 train cases, one liquor case, one small suitcase that was my mom's when she was young, her dad bought it, and one like a round one, but it's not round like a ball, it's round and then flat, maybe a hat box. Anyway, so I have pictures and then I have a spreadsheet of every one of my train cases, what color it is, what brand it is, what, you know, any flaws, and what's in it if I'm already using it for storage. So the one I saw was blue and I have several in that color, but I don't have that brand. I didn't even know they made luggage. It was called Oshkosh. So I was going to, and it was a good price, but the problem was the latch wouldn't latch. So that meant when you picked it up, it would open up and it would just flop down and everything would fall out. So I was like, I'm gonna have to leave that. And then I found this one in the back and I was like, okay, I have two other green ones. This one is a Samsonite. I have Samsonite, but not in green. And I have a green one similar that is not a Samsonite. And then I have a green one, I don't know what brand it is, but doesn't look like this one. So I was like, okay, I can buy that. It has to be in decent condition, obviously not perfect condition. These are old. And then they have to be, you know, not what I already have. This one is missing the tray, which is perfectly fine. And usually they have, or often, they have a mirror here. When the mirror is missing, normally you will see where the glue was, but this has this piece. So maybe it never had a mirror because there seems to be part of it. So anyway, that's for me. Someday I'm gonna move and I'll have like a U-Haul filled with what people will think are tiny suitcases. This item, I bought it and I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll keep it, maybe I'll sell it, let me look it up. I am gonna try and list it, but if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. It's a hoodie, something I absolutely do not need. I have so many hoodies, but it's NFR. I don't have an NFR one, 2021. It was missing this, but I keep spares. So even though this is black, it's better than not having one. And yet I will list it without. I don't think that's that important. But yeah, I keep odds and ends like that. As a reseller, it never hurts to keep stuff like that. And well, anyway, this is a size medium, so it should fit me. But I'm gonna list it and then we'll see what happens. So that was yesterday. Today, I had an appointment to get my car serviced. You know, every 5,000 miles servicing. And I went by an area near where I live that has yard sales a lot. It is not yard sale season. I'm sort of sad that there aren't a lot of yard sales to go to, but I'm also happy because it's too hot to go to them. But there's still some people having them here and there. And at this one, I bought one thing for myself and one thing definitely not for myself. So for me, I bought a sweatshirt, but this is an old school crew neck. The brand on it is Fruit of the Loom, so it's not like an authentic from. It says ooh David. So it's, if you don't know, that's from Schitt's Creek, and this obviously isn't authentic Schitt's Creek, but that's okay because I'm keeping it. Because I can't turn down a cheap Schitt's Creek reference, And I don't have a lot of actual old school crew neck sweatshirts. Now, Ew David is very, people that this is from the show. It's become very much a part of the zeitgeist. But in fact, she only actually said it twice in the whole series. I mean, she did have some things where she'd start the sentence with ew and then ended with David, but she only ever said, ew, David, twice. But it's just become iconic, Alexis saying, ew, David. So this is mine now. And then the other item, this is a pair of snowboard boots, and it is my current favorite brand to sell. I have done quite well with it. It's called 32. Definitely not for me. It's been a long time since I've hurled myself down a mountain, but when and if I do it again, and I do hope to, I'll be doing it on 2 skis. I am too old and too fragile to be snowboarding and falling. I can ski quite well and would rarely fall unless I hit a patch of ice or somebody like crashed into me, as long as I don't push myself too hard, which I wouldn't. But anyway, I digress. These are structurally in excellent condition. The only issues are sort of cosmetic, like this whatever is peely there. But the bottoms, which I think would be the most important part, are good. Everything else is good. I believe they're a women's size 8. So at $2, I am not going to turn down a pair of 31 boots. I mean 32. Oh, did I say 31 the first time? That is not my favorite anything to sell. Okay. Then I went to get my car service, and I was supposed to go to the gym after. Didn't happen because I was sitting there and I'm like, you know what? I think there are consignment shops in this area, and I would like to go see them just to scope them out, because I am trying to purge somewhat, and eventually will purge a lot. So I was like, let me check them out. The first one I went to, it turns out they're not really taking consignment now, and that's kind of good. It had a weird smell in there. First of all, she was eating lunch. I smelled that. Then there was maybe a slight perfume smell. And then I have a ton of shoes in here, and my house doesn't smell like feet, but that store smelled a little like feet. So I didn't love the store. Then the next one I went to, they're mainly designer, but they had like Lafayette 148 and, some things that are on the expensive end retail, but not necessarily big resellers. So I may have some stuff for them. Coach. I do have Lafayette 148. I have Diane von Furstenberg. I would think they take it. I don't know. But then the third one, she said, there were a lot of high-end. They had a Balenciaga sneaker that was just the ugliest sneaker I have ever seen. It was weird. I wish I had taken a picture of it. But she says they take, they'll take mall brands as long as it's interesting pieces. She says, we don't like boring here in Las Vegas. Well, I think, if you've seen my hauls, I do like interesting things too. So I'm sure I could come up with some stuff. We'll see. So I was driving down the street where these stores are, and there's a church that has a thrift store. I was like, oh my God, I haven't been to this thrift store in like 2 years. They're kind of overpriced, and they're open limited times, but they're open on Saturdays. So I went in, and they are overpriced for the most part. I mean, literally make Goodwill look cheap. But I found these sneakers, and they were doing 30% off all clothes and shoes that didn't have like 3 different colored dots on them. And I was kind of on the fence, but I wanted to try them. I've never sold this brand, and the comps were to pretty good. I had actually walked out because I didn't want to pay what they were asking, and then I saw the sign on the door, and I was like, well, maybe for 30% off, I'll try them because they're in good condition. They're Solomon, and I've heard Solomon can sell well. I've never tried it, so now I'm going to try it. This is the Mission XR Mission. Tread is good. Women's size 9.5. I should try them on. Maybe with thick socks I could wear them if they don't sell. see. Still probably wasn't the best pickup, but it's a brand I haven't had listed before. The last consignment shop that I went to, so when I go into the consignment shop, I was there just to find out about their consignment program, but first I shopped around because A, what if I found something to resell, and B, I'd like to know what type of things they have, how they price it, yada, yada, yada. I ended up buying something. Fortunately, it was, or maybe not, because then I wouldn't have bought it. It was 50% off. Still, I have only ever spent this much on a resale item to resell once before. That was a pair of John Klubog boots. Still made an excellent return on investment on that one. This one I won't make as much, for sure. But let me show it to you, and then we'll go more into it. It is Polo Ralph Lauren. I don't know, I don't have information on this tag. And it is it's kind of that cotton canvas utility fabric. It says Polo RL there, embroidered. Great style. I thought it was a small, but actually it's an extra small, which is not great, except that it fits me very well with rooms to spare. So it does not fit like an extra small. And then look at the back. I saw the back, I was like, okay, I've got to look this up. So, based on what I found, and I didn't look that closely because I love it, and it looked really good on me. And I don't spend money on myself like this, but if I get stuck with it. Here's the thing. So I had a Wilson's leather jacket that I had picked up, and I just listed it a few weeks ago. And in my head, it was like, I will not take any bigger discount than 20% off, because if I can't get that price, I'm keeping it. And I kind of hoped it wouldn't sell until into the winter. So at the very least, I could wear it a few times. And then I got an offer on, was it Friday? Thursday. I don't know. Thursday, I think. For 25% off. And very often I will take 25% off. And so I was hovering over accept, and then I was like, oh, wait. None on this one? I don't care. I am not taking 1 penny less than my price minus 20%. So I countered, and she bought it. So this is going to be a similar situation. I am going to price it with room for a discount, and the discount I will decide in advance, and I will not take a penny less, because if I can't get that, I am keeping it. So, anyway, what do you think? Is this not? There was somebody in the store, and she's like, oh my God, how did I miss that? And the owner was like, and I just lowered it by 50%. I'm like, well, it's mine now. And she said, and the woman said, what size is it? I said, small. And the owner said, it's extra small. I'm like, it is? Let me try it on again. But yeah, it's a roomy extra small, and I am not an extra small. Look at that. I'm also not really an Aztec person myself. The style of this jacket is, yes, my thing. The Aztec isn't normally, but you know what? I don't have to be myself all the time. I get a little tired of myself, just like other people probably do. So anyway, that is what I got for this weekend. And I will probably add maybe one more snippet to this before it's ready to be released. We'll see. You know, I watch a lot of reseller videos, and I've been watching some unboxings, even though I don't want to buy, you know, thread-up boxes or whatever. I do kind of like watching the videos sometimes, especially if I've run out of things to watch. And I like to watch when I'm walking on my walking pad. Anyway, one of the things I noticed some of them doing is when they pull things out of the box, they put a price up on the screen to sell it directly. And I have mentioned that I don't mind selling directly. I have all my information down there in the description box, so that you can contact me. So I was thinking maybe randomly I would put a price up on the screen for some of my items, if I feel like it's right for that item, of how much it would be if you wanted to buy it. I don't really expect to make any sales, but what the heck, let's try something different. It would obviously be significantly lower than I would list it on the platforms, because no fees, plus, you know, friends and family discount. and it would be plus actual shipping. You would just need to send me your zip code and I would get the best rate. I do use pirate ship. So anyway, if you're watching my videos and you see a price pop up on the screen, it's because I decided to do that. I'm gonna try to do that, I think, with one item. Anyway, let's start with Wednesday, or not start because this video's already been going a bit. Wednesday, I went to Goodwill for the seniors discount on my way to work. This was a different Goodwill, and I got 2 items. The first item is this Lulu's full length or maxi or floor length velvet evening gown. It is so soft. I was gonna say maybe it's velour, but I think it's velvet, and it's actually still available on their website. I can't remember how much it is, but I'll put up a picture. This one is new with tag, which is, you know, always a little bit of a bonus, not necessarily a huge bonus. It's not gonna take something from don't pick it up to pick it up necessarily, at least not for me. But from what I always hear about Lulu's is the full length ones can do well, nice split there, and the shorter ones not so much. And in my experience, there was a shorter one there, I didn't pick it up. In my experience, it can be a slow mover, so I don't just pick it up willy-nilly. The second item is the brand, which is unimportant, I think. I haven't looked it up. Dimension by Milford, made in USA, size medium, gotta be vintage. It is like the Starsky and Hutch sweater. Are you familiar with the Starsky and Hutch sweater? I don't remember which one. Starsky, I think. It was the Paul Michael Glaser character, wore a sweater much like this. And I've even sold a sweater that was sort of the Starsky and Hutch sweater. This reminds me of a different pattern on it, but the same cut. It is that sort of blankety cardigan with a self-tied belt. And look at this design. This is nicer than the Starsky and Hutch sweater, I think. I don't expect to make a big return on my investment, but I do expect to make some money. I also don't expect to try it on because I'll be tempted to keep it. So we'll see. I did see a couple of these listed. I can't remember what the comps were, but obviously it was not horrible, or I wouldn't have picked it up, I hope. All right, then over the weekend, I went to an estate sale, a couple of yard sales. I did not find much. I have a few things. I picked up these sneakers. The brand is Ultra. I had never heard of it, but in the back of my mind, I'm like, I mean, not I had never heard of it. I've never sold it, but in the back of my mind, I heard of it. And I was like, I feel like that's a decent brand. I looked up the comps. I was like, okay, for a yard sale price, I will try them. They're in very, very good condition. Excellent tread. I kind of wish they were my size so that I could be the backup. But I believe they're a 7.5. Then I got, this was at the same yard sale. I think all my yard sale stuff was from one yard sale and then one item from an estate sale. Lauren Ralph Lauren. It's a stretch evening gown, also formal, full length, with a slit at the bottom. I think I'll try to insert a picture because it really is very pretty and it's hard to show. It seems very long. I think it was like 63 inches. Whoa. It's got this pretty rhinestone there, and then the self-tie belt, it just goes from one waist around to the other. It doesn't go around the front, and then you pull on it and that adjusts the waist and you tie it with right there. And it's got that cowl neckline that I always think is really classy. I feel like the way it's cut and goes to the side would be very flattering. It's a size 12. Then she had a box of like little bags, makeup, change purses, that kind of thing. And I picked out 3 of them. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them. I have a bag full of them that maybe I could sell as a lot. This one is Prada, and I have 3 designer baseball caps that I have been sitting on for like a year because I was like, ugh, there's no way these are going to be real, but I actually think they are real. So one of them's a Prada. So I might like include this as a gift with purchase. I think I saw one listed for $27. So it's not like I couldn't list it. This would be so easy, even though I don't normally pick up something that I would only list at like 27. This would be so easy to list. So I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with this one. Then this is a Mugler, I don't know. I was watching a reseller video and they mentioned Thierry Mugler. I think I said Muglier, but it's not that because there's no I, but I don't know if it's a Mugler or Mugler. And I was like, oh, I think I had something from that brand once, and I did. It was a dress that I spent like $349 on and sold for $170. So then when I saw this the very next day, I'm like, well, I'm picking it up. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I don't know what it's worth, but it's probably worth something. It's obviously very new because this star thing is still in plastic. But then the third one I think is really the good one. It turns out it is. Well, it looks kind of like a pillow. If you look at it on this side, it's got that button there like a seat cushion, but it is Jean-Paul Gaultier. Gaultier? Fragile. I brought it home. I'm like, I don't know what this is. I unzipped it. It's literally in perfect condition. And I was like, oh, maybe it came with headphones. Did he sell headphones? But no, it's sold at least on, I think it was a gift with purchase or something with perfume. I think Fragile's a perfume. But I have seen this listed and they had good prices. So they called it a clutch. So I've got to do some more research. Which is another reason if I do put a price on the screen, why I won't probably say it during the video because I haven't thoroughly researched. Not that I necessarily am going to do that with this bag. But anyway, I think I might with the next bag, so pay attention. This was from an estate sale, and I wasn't sure it was a good pickup, though I don't regret it because if I have to keep it, I will keep it. It's a Dooney & Bourke. I saw it listed as a dome satchel, but it's more like a tote. I think it's the Blakely tote. And everything that's wrong with it is cosmetic. So the inside is good. There's some marks, nothing major. I think this is the worst of it on the inside. Wait, let's see if you can see it. Right there, it's like one line of dark pen or something. But other than that, there's like the usual darkening of stuff that has been at the bottom, but no crumbs, no tears. Zippers all work. It's got a little zip pocket, then it's got a slip pocket with a snap tab. Leather braided. But it's got some discoloration. I did clean it up a bit. You know, it's got the corner wear. But this thing is built to last. And still looks pretty nice and classy on, I think. Pretty big. Like a nylon. The discoloration is a lot more noticeable when you put it under the ring light. So it is not like you're gonna walk around and people are gonna be like, well, are you wearing that filthy thing? Not at all. It's really, you know, solid and got a little bit of like puckering right there. That might have been from when I cleaned it. Anyway, I saw two of these listed both for over $100. I'm not going to list this for $100. I'm going to list it lower. But I'm not sure yet what. But if you're interested in this, I'm going to put a price up there. And it'll be plus shipping. Actual shipping. If you're interested. I don't know what I'm putting it up for yet. We'll find out when you see the video. And the last item I have to show, and then I'm going to finish this video, is my own little unboxing. This is a big box. It has one item in it. Oh, ow. I got a problem with my arm. I have to have an MRI, but I keep postponing it. Anyway, I was so excited about this because this is from online auctions, brand I never heard of. I'll talk about it more when I take it out. But I put in the opening bid. This is how I usually do it. If there's no opening bid and I see something I want, I will put in the opening bid. I will not bid again. I don't put in a higher proxy bid. I wait until a few minutes before the auction ends to decide what I want to do, what my top one is, and then like within a minute, sometimes 30 seconds, I will put in a bid of either the exact bid, or if I have a range, then I'll put my top bid and let it go through. And it doesn't always work, because if they have put in like more and I only have like 30 seconds, I'm just going to lose because it'll just keep bidding over me. But that's okay because I have to set a limit. Anyway, I put in the opening bid. No one bid on this. A couple days, then someone bid $1 over me. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait. Well, I ended up being in the car when the auction ended, and I completely forgot. No, that's not what happened. I didn't know anyone had bid over me. I'm confusing this with a fur coat. Nobody had bid over me when I last looked, and then I had to get in the car and go home. And sometimes I put it on my phone so that I can watch it while I'm driving, and I just forgot about it. And I lost by $1, and I was kicking myself. I'm like, I should have put in a higher bid. And then a few days later, I get an email with a second chance offer. I guess the winning bidder never paid. And the second chance offer is for me to buy it at the price I had put in my bid, the opening price. So in fact, I didn't see that email the day it came in. I saw it the next day. I was like, oh no, don't tell me I'm too late. All you had to do is click yes. And I clicked yes so fast because I had missed it, and it made me want it even more. So let's see if I'm horribly disappointed when I open this up, because this is something a little different, I think. It's heavy. That is a big Ziploc bag. I don't even remember what it looked like. Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Okay, so, oh my God, this weighs a ton. It did not look at all like this in the picture. Look at this bag. So, the brand I had never heard of, but you look up this brand. Phoenix, oh my God. Oh, the smell of the leather. Oh, it's heavenly. Phoenix, F-E-N-I-X, Sportier, like sportier. And this is what it said. It's a pickleball bag. A pickleball bag. So it's like, this is a brand I've never heard of. It's a pickleball bag, which I didn't even know existed. And when I retire, I want to take up pickleball. So I could keep it, right? No. Because this, according to the listing, this retailed at $1,200. However, I saw one that I don't remember if it was the exact one. I couldn't tell. That was $2,200. And look on the website. Their bags are $1,200 and $2,200. Seriously. And this thing, oh, God, it smells good. Oh. Some rich person that I'm going to take up pickleball and then bought all the fancy pickleball stuff and then never picked up a paddle. Never picked up a pickleball paddle. Say that over and over again. Oh my God, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. Am I crazy? This is why I have to resell. So I get excited by these things. There's an opening here. Please do yourself a favor. Look this up. I am gonna, obviously have to research it some more. Well, zipper sticking. Please, zipper, don't be broken. Ugh. I'm having issues with the zipper. Oh, no. There we go. solid zippers with FS on them. Phoenix Sportier. A separation. Okay. I've got to stop swooning over this bag. It is amazing. It's so heavy. Like, it's too heavy for me to carry, and there's nothing in it. Oh my God. I love this bag. I am so happy I got this opening bid. So anyway, this is probably going to need an upgraded label. I think this is going to be more than 5 pounds. So that's what I have for this one. Be still my heart. What do you think? I mean, what do you think about that bag? Did I do okay? I don't know. Anyway, thank you for hanging out with me. I may have another one next week. I think I'm going to go to, this Wednesday, I'm going to go to that other store. This will be my last time because I have one more week going to work in this direction. So I'm going to go to the store that's 50% off for seniors on Wednesdays. So I'm sure I'll have another video maybe in a week or so. We'll see what happens. Thank you. Hit the thumbs up on the way out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.